All right, so we have the details here. Okay, I'm gonna fill you in. Adam Schefter, Pete Thamel, Chris Lowe, ESPN, Ian Rappaport as well, NFL Network, confirming that Bill Belichick will be the next head coach of UNC.
Okay.
The term they're using is that a deal is being finalized. Pat Welter, WRAL, who actually joined our show earlier today, tweeted out that according to his source, the emergency board of trustees meeting, which is a requirement to finalize a deal, will be at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So basically, all you need is the signature, right? That's kind of what the way I look at it. Like, my interpretation is everything's been agreed upon. The powers that be have shaken the hands, looked in the eye, and said, you've got a deal. But there's like still protocol you have to go through. You got to get everybody in a room or a Zoom, and you have to sign the papers that have to be signed. And that won't be till 9 a.m. tomorrow. But the agreement is there. The deal is being finalized. Bill Belichick will be the next head coach of the UNC Tar Heels, which, and I can't emphasize this enough, celebrate. If you are a Tar Heel fan, Be excited. Are there things that make this a risky hire in some ways? Yes. But I tend to live by you don't regret the things you don't do as much as you regret you don't regret the things you do, the big swings, as much as you regret we didn't really go for it. Like, this is UNC saying we're going to see if we can be the big bullies on the block. We're going to see if we can go compete with Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State and all the teams that are in the college football playoff darn near every year. Those are the swings you have to take, right? It's, the heart, it might end up not working. That doesn't mean it was a bad risk to take. It is very, very high risk. It is very, very high reward. And that's worth it, I think. The feeling you have right now where you think we might be something special, that doesn't come around too often. So enjoy it. Celebrate it. Call up your friends that are also UNC fans and toast to Bill Belichick tonight. This one's to 6 Super Bowl rings as a head coach, being our head football coach. Do it. And then buckle up, because it's going to be a ride. And what I mean by that is, Dennis, before the break, you asked, what's his first move?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's his first move, but one of his first moves is figure out who you want to be on your team. Because, there's not a recruit out there that won't take a call from Bill Belichick. And even if it's not directly from Bill Belichick, if it's from an assistant saying, hey, we want you to play for Bill Belichick, there's not a recruit out there that won't at least take the call. So you have to sort out, this is not an exaggeration, thousands of names in the transfer portal. I think most of them you'll know within 2 seconds of turning the film on. Nope. But you have to sort through thousands of names to pick the ones you want. Do we have the clip of him on the McAfee show talking about how his program, if at the time he said he were to run a college program, how it would be a NFL feeder program?
Got it right now.
We have the audio. This is how, again, just a couple days ago, he was talking about if he were a college football coach. Now we obviously know he will be a college football coach, but this is how he's going to run his program.
The college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to play in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition, scheme, coaching, techniques that would transfer to the NFL. It would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get the players ready for their career after football, whether that was the end of their college career or at the end of their pro career. But it would be, geared toward, developing the player, time management, discipline, structure, and all that. That would be life skills, regardless of whether they're in the NFL or in somewhere in business. And I feel very confident that I have the contacts in the National Football League to pave the way for those players that would have the ability to have the opportunity to compete in the National Football League. Whether they're good enough or not, I don't know, but they would be ready for it. I don't have any doubt about that.
That is a heck of a recruiting pitch. I'm only bringing players into my program that I think are NFL players, and I'm going to help them get there. I joke about him saying, like, picking out the flaws of recruits and thinking like that's going to be a negative. I see it as a positive. He's what does every single coach do when they call up a recruit? You're awesome. Oh, your skill set. We're gonna unlock it. You're great. Bill Belichick is gonna call up and go, listen, I think you are, a better run defense technique away from being a day one draft pick. If you show up here, we're gonna teach you the skills you need to be an NFL player. Oh, by the way,
all in.
Oh, by the way, I have 6 Super Bowl rings. 8 Super Bowl rings, if you include my time as a coordinator. I know what I'm talking about.
We are getting some terms about his salary and contract length, by the way.
Which Ralph D. Russo of The Athletic tweeting out sources, along with Brendan Marks, who we had on the show yesterday.
Yep.
Both work for The Athletic. UNC's deal with Bill Belichick is for 3 years and $30 million.
Just 3. Okay.
He's 70-something years old.
But still, I mean, this is like, we're going for it right here.
Going for it right here, and I still want to know if there's any Steve Belichick in the contract. But you know what stands out to me? This is a step up in resources. Mac Brown was making $5 million a year. Mac Brown was not the cheapest head coach in college football. He was making $5 million a year. They doubled it per year for Bill Belichick. This is UNC going above and beyond. They are making a bigger financial commitment to UNC being a football power.
Also, Chris Lowe of ESPN reporting Belichick has been lining up potential staff members to go with him for days and also exploring possible portal additions. The portal obviously opened up on Monday.
I refuse to be surprised by the fact that Bill Belichick's going to be well prepared. It's
100%.
One of this is execution time for him, right? The game plan has been made. He's probably been thinking about what he would do in these situations for months and months. Now that the deal is finalized, it's like execute, right? He's looking to his buddies that hey, run the play, run it, get to Chapel Hill as fast as you can. You linebackers coach, you offensive line coach, you coordinator, let's go. Portal, here's your list of 10 names. Here's your list of 10 names. He's already going to know what's going on. And like I said, I refuse to be surprised by the fact that one of the best head coaches in the history of college football is well prepared to be a head coach. The guy's going to have his plan. I am fascinated to see what names join him in Chapel Hill, though.